All right. As you can tell, Earl's not here. Fucking, it's me and Paul today. Earl wanted to bail. I actually don't even know why, but I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to being stood up by Earl. But how have you been, Paul?
I've been good. I've been great. This has been a recurring thing that he's been bailing on you?
He's bailing on me lately because of school. Goddamn school. Earl's trying to...
Nerd.
Trying to get a good grade. What a fucking asshole.
Totally lame.
Anyway, I'm glad that we get to hang out anyway, man. I haven't seen you in like 3 weeks.
I know. Thanks for letting me off the hook. It's been crazy busy for a couple months.
Really?
Festival season and stuff, and yeah.
Life of a sound man?
Exactly.
Yeah. What's been going on? What is the life like now? Sound man life.
Well, we just had Jazz Fest, which was crazy and awesome. French Quarter Fest before that.
I didn't get any videos this year. Last year, you sent me a bunch of backstage stuff. What was different? Like, is it still the same setup of amps? How does an artist go to? Do they bring their own stuff at all, or
they do? They do. So, well, yeah. So, full disclosure, I didn't get to do the stage stuff this year.
Okay.
I just went as a guest a couple days, and I wasn't able to make it all 8 days, so I had to, do some other stuff. But went back and saw my people there at the stage and said hello and everything, and I was really upset. Oh, they were sending me the set lists, and you know what I mean? I was just wishing I could be on that stage, but so you would have got the photos.
Yeah.
But so the main artists, they'll bring the headliner each day, will bring their shit, and their truck gets there the night before, maybe the morning of. We unload it, set them up, and then just backline their stuff. But everything else is backlined by a certain company, and then like artists just request what they need ahead of time.
Last time I saw it, like, do they just have like a stack of Fender amps and a stack of Marshalls, and you choose which one you're going to run through, or what?
Exactly.
That is exactly.
And my boy. Now I know a couple people who run some other stages. I was on the Gentilly stage, which was awesome, but I know some people who've run some other stages now. And we've all talked, and it's the same kind of thing that happens there, where you get the rider, you've got the Hammond B3, you got whatever the Fender Twin out, and then they get there and they see your stash of amps.
Then they change amps
for everyone else's rider. Oh, you had that super reverb. Okay, let me play out of that, and you have to all right, get that off the stage, roll that onto the stage. It's kind of annoying.
Okay.
But that's kind of how it works. Like, they're playing with the festival's money,
right?
You know what I mean? They can just, I want to play with this Pearl kit, and it's got to be
on the days. And I'm not asking for band names, but on the days that you worked, and I don't want to make this all about Jazz Fest, I guess, but on the days that you worked, do artists push that their time slot at all, or has anybody been late or
never seen it?
Yeah, because it feels like it runs like clockwork whenever I'm there.
Yeah, we had one band that kind of started a little late because they had some kind of IEM rig that wasn't working out, and we had to.
What's an IEM rig?
IEM, like an in-ear monitor rig, and so it's basically like a split. We don't have those in
our little band.
No, and we could make it work probably with us with two people. They had whatever multiple tracks and samples and stuff. Probably like 19 mics. Okay. You know what I mean? Like all their drum, everything going into this splitter and into their in-ears and then into the front of house, and like front of house wasn't getting anything. They had to just ditch it after really just like, I don't know, felt like forever, but probably like 2 minutes of tinkering passed when it was like, okay, we got to get this show on the road, you know what I mean?
Right.
But no one really was a diva, or like,
I didn't know if Jazz Fest even lets you be a diva. That's what I was wondering. Like, they're like, get your fucking ass on stage or whatever. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I doubt it that they're even having to do that, but I would imagine like somebody would be.
You're making me think. Someone did check on us one day, and it's all cool. Like, I forget his name, but he's like one of the dudes out there. Mm-hmm. Like, everyone knows him. He's been out there forever. Because we are checking in. Like, our stage manager is like, okay, they've started, and if they haven't, someone checks in with us. Hey, checking in. So it's 12:20. Did so and so start? Not yet. We're holding. You know what I mean? And and someone came by at one point to be like, what happened?
Yeah. What's the problem?
Might have been with those sucker ducks.
I think every time I've gone, it just always seemed like people were going on just like that. But that was the same thing whenever I went to go see like Voodoo or whatever. Nobody ever like really held up the lineup or whatever.
That's festival life. It's like 20-minute changeover.
Yeah.
You can't fuss over it too much, just in and out. All
the drum sets were provided by the Jazz Fest, right? Like nobody was bringing their actual kit up there.
No, only Zigaboo had some special stuff come in from his people that he put together. And of course the headliners. Again, the headliners, they have a truck that every piece of gear is their shit.
I think Zigaboo played with Rolling Stones at some point in the 70s. I could be wrong about that. Maybe even in the 80s. But
gotta love it.
Yeah, that's really cool. They played the Meters got back together, and like the only time they got back together, they played at the country club in my neighborhood in fucking Covington.
No way, huh?
That's the last time the original lineup got together. Wow. Was like, I don't know how many years ago, not very long. I could have walked this fucking concert in my neighborhood, and I didn't go. But I was really into that first Meters album. Before I started playing in punk bands, a friend of mine was really into jam music, and I was he was trying to do some sort of a instrumental band, and I was trying to figure out where I fit in that band, really, you know what I mean? Because I played, every time I got a second to play something, I'd hit distortion and fucking start playing some hardcore or metal riff or something like that over what they were doing, like trying to make that work, like, because I didn't really know what to do in the band. Like, my strong point is not playing clean music or whatever, whatever.
Right. Just a little texture,
Yeah, that's not me. I don't have enough pedals to do anything interesting like that. I got to start doing something.
Yeah, right.
I only got distortion, really. But anyway, I got into that Meters album for the first time ever. What is it? The one with, to be honest with you, I'm not even sure if that's their first album, but the album that has the Sissy Strut on it and Bring Back Those Sunny Days, but like instrumental. Like, there's a really fucking cool version of that on there. I love that album. I play that when I go to the beach for some reason. But anyway, that's a segue way off of your fucking Soundman story of the Jazz Fest.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of stoned to the bone at this point too, so I don't even know how to bring it back. I don't know where we started.
Oh yeah.
But the Meters are incredible.
Well, you said Zigaboo's brought his own drums.
Yeah, he brought in his own drums, but everything else was supplied by DW and Remo, and
they sponsor the event. That works out like that?
They must, or at least last year they did. When I was on the stage, they did.
Anyway, so what other sound jobs are you doing lately? Oh wait, before we move away from Jazz Fest, did you see your family over there? Did you go to the Patton's tent or whatever?
Yeah, no, of course they were rocking and rolling. So went over there and got a combo plate.
Nice.
I did the food tour right this year.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that?
I mean, that's basically all I do.
That's all I look forward to anymore. I'm fucking like, I don't really want to stand in the crowd. I would rather go stand in a line to get a fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Like some of the best sandwiches you've ever gotten or whatever.
Yeah, and I got like my girls out there too. I got the kids, so it's like family time. We're just chilling by the Fado stage. We're just laying in the grass, but I'm just like one by one collecting food and bringing it back to the blanket.
Nice. Yeah, I wanted to bring I talked to my wife about bringing the kids to Jazz Fest, and she's like, the tickets are so expensive, and it's such a big crowd, and it's like, yeah, but I remember when I was 14, the first one I went to, I know your girls are way younger than that, and so they're getting a way sooner memory than I have, but whenever I was 14, I first went, I must have been 15, I had to be, because my dad let me smoke cigarettes. Whenever I got there, he's like, I know you smoke, go ahead and smoke, I know you're waiting.
Badass, man.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
That's badass.
Fucking saw Better Than Ezra, saw Dash Rip Rock, saw,
nice.
I could have seen Jimmy Buffett, but I think we left. But we saw all these cool bands for like a 15-year-old to see. It was
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, this is 1995, so that's like right whenever that Good song by Better Than Ezra came out.
Yeah, I remember the era for sure.
I
think I saw him at like an End Fest a couple years later.
I saw him everywhere after that. Like, I think I saw him at like all the local radio festivals that they'd have would have Better Than Ezra play. But I tried to get better than Ezra
And
on
still-
here, and they did not respond.
Really?
Yeah, but I want it. Yet. That's a good point. I should hound them. Maybe I should try and find somebody that knows them. I should.
No one reads DMs, you know.
Some people do. That's how I've gotten a lot of people.
Well, I mean, some
on the
people
show.
do, but you know,
Yeah.
better than Ezra probably doesn't.
Maybe not. But I was reaching out. I wanted to talk to that guy because, I mean, I had that first album after I bought it after I went to that jazz fest because I thought there was a cool 3-piece band at the time, and
Right.
they were a rock band. They were good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they were fucking like anything.
I mean, no, they've
they weren't a
cemented
punk band
themselves
or anything.
as local cheese, and
Yeah.
that's why I think, you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
you're timid to say that you love them and they rock because around here they're local cheese. But I mean, there's no denying. You're right. It's like a 3-piece. They got catchy pop. Like they rock.
Had hits
They rock.
too.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
It's just-
That Running in the Wet Grass thing, that's not like, that isn't a New Orleans kitschy sounding song. That's a good song, whatever the fuck it is. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a pop song. But
Yeah.
like, I feel the same way with them about Cowboy Mouth. And especially before I met Fred, whenever he came in here, is like, I thought maybe it was oversaturation or just like you think they're going to be some sort of way. But like, Fred was fucking cool as hell and like made me love Cowboy Mouth. Like next time I see Cowboy Mouth, I'm going to be like their biggest fan,
Right.
just because I know how cool he is, and I wanted to have that experience with Better Than Ezra's guy. I don't remember the lead singer's name, but I wanted to have that too because, like, you know, it is cool getting to talk to all the local bands around here, and like you just, you know, those are the biggest bands. It's fucking Phil. It's Better Than Ezra. It's goddamn Zebra. It's you know, those are the, I Hate God, you know, Soylent Green, fucking Crowbar. Those are the bands, and even that's the bands that got out of the state, you know, really. And
Right.
I want, you know, every single one of them is important, you know, really to talk to. I'd like to anyway.
Do you think he kind of looks like maybe like reptilian? Have you ever noticed?
What's that?
Your boy from Better Than Ezra?
Oh no, I haven't really noticed that.
Yeah.
Oh great, you're gonna give me. He's never gonna come on now.
Maybe like a
Paul
Dracula?
thinks you look like a lizard. Yo.
No, bleep it. Bleep it. Just edit this
No,
part
I'm
out.
joking.
Edit
Go
this
ahead.
part out. Looking for the edit button.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, seriously, just bleep that. No, he's just he's a tall, slender, you know, like could be an NBA model.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's a big
know?
dude.
Yeah.
He was wearing an FFA jacket too in his video for Good or whatever. I thought that was wild. Like
What's that, like a-
Future Farmers of America? It's like an ag
Ah, cool.
jacket. Like
Okay.
you get in
Napoleon Dynamite?
I guess. Is that, he was doing that in Napoleon
Oh,
Dynamite?
well, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they have that in like country Louisiana schools. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, he's like drinks the cow's milk, and he's like, this cow's been through an onion patch.
Yes, now I do remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah, but I don't remember if they were wearing. They must have. It must be exactly that. But whatever state that's in.
Nerds again.
Yeah. Were you ever in band?
Yeah. Briefly for junior high.
What'd you do?
Saxophone.
Nice.
Yeah, I played saxophone until I guess around 8th. So I picked it up in 4th grade, actually. 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, or maybe 8th grade. I put it down because
Wasn't cool.
it not only was it not cool, but you know, everyone else was doing PE while you had to go to music class, and they were just playing dodgeball. I knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
In fact, you had to go. The gym had like a stage with the curtain, so you literally had to go like up some stairs onto the stage. Curtains closed. I could hear them playing dodgeball in the gym, and you know, me and 20 others are like, yeah, and that was enough for me. Feels so cheap saying it out loud.
Yeah.
Looking back at it, but I was
You
like,
could have been the best saxophone.
yeah, I want to be
player.
having exactly like, you know, I want to
Yeah.
have some music theory knowledge that I don't really have, or some saxophone chops that are way long gone.
I played bass guitar in high school band. By the time I got to high school, I wanted to get out of PE. And or whatever, I can't remember what I got out of. Something I got out of by being in band. And my dad was going to buy me a bass guitar too. So he's like,
Sick.
bass guitar, get out of some other class. I don't know, I'm going to fail. So I took band. And the way I got around it is I knew how to read bass clef, but I had to I had to get my music and go over and do the notes and like over each of by the end of band, I could read it, no problem.
Right.
But on the fly, it was hard to go C, D, run through everything. You're playing tuba parts basically.
Right.
And, it's a lot of moving around, and none of the songs sounded like the right key. They always play them in a weird fucking key in band. So nothing was like, you can go home and be like, I know how to play Inner Sandman now that we learned in fucking band at school. It's completely wrong.
Yeah. No, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember feeling something similar. Like I remember, I don't know, thinking, am I really reading this music? I've learned the songs and I know the notation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like,
you're memorizing the song. Yeah.
Exactly. I just have memorized this song. Like, we have drilled this song a million times. She's up there, she's directing me, and I have kind of decoded the notes at some point, but I'm not going F, E. Like, I'm not thinking that quickly. I'm not really sight reading ever.
I just thought about something. I was thinking to myself, I was like, I don't think the band director was ever like fucking going to me like, you play harder or something like that. Like, maybe he was like, you suck, like, don't play. But I never was really watching him. I was just like playing along to the tempo that everybody else was playing.
Well, that's another thing. Like, at least in school bands, that I often had that thought, like, do we really need the conductor?
What are you doing up there? That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Once we get going, no one can stop us. And the tempo, you know what I mean? Like, we're just like following our own momentum.
Yeah. And
hopefully the tempo was right to start.
I guess he's trying to get you to remember the peaks that he wants to happen whenever because we were in marching band and we would practice and he would be doing that shit. Nobody's doing that while we're marching, or I don't think they were.
Yeah, he just wants you to remember the vibe, like how jacked up he was at this one part.
Yeah, it's like, I'm over here going like this. I want you to be out there. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what they're doing. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, they're just nuts, man. They're nuts. But some of the higher end guys, the pros, like they're doing some shit.
What, the reading guys?
Just composing, arranging. And then, yes, waving the stick.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
I had trouble for a little while figuring out why that was important. Like, they have like these famous conductors.
Yeah.
It's like, who gives a shit? Like, can't they get anybody to do this? It's like a sign reader or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, anybody knows how to do it can go up there and do it. Like, who gives a shit about this guy?
You got good rhythm? Yeah. Go ahead, get up there. The band's playing.
This is bullshit with the stick. I don't get.
This guy's lead violin. Go. You start the song.
You know what would be interesting is actually to see somebody who doesn't know shit about fucking conducting, to see how him throwing around the stick, not knowing what to do. Right. How that would throw a real orchestra into disarray.
Right, I wonder.
Yeah.
And they're just so disciplined that they're like, they're hitting, the oboes are hitting when he hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
I'd like to see that.
There's probably something like that already.
It's reminding me of, what is this like P. Bachman or something? Oh, not worth trying to remember right now if we're recording this, but there is some
kind of, if you want.
It's I don't know if it's worth it, but it is like some comedic or composer who I think is dead, long since dead or something. But they're bringing his stuff back to life, but the whole thing is humor.
Yeah,
and it's like unplayable stuff. But it's like inside baseball too, probably.
I think whenever I was in band, I'll get back to something else, but whenever I was in band, I think that was the constant thought. It's like, what is that asshole doing up there? I hate this guy.
Yeah. Okay. so that wasn't just me. I had the same thought about my band director.
Yeah. Whenever I was in marching band, they would use this big fat dude who had to pull this amp that there was like car batteries. Like, they were using that to power the bass amp that this guy was pulling on a cart. And on that cart, they had a keyboard. And one of the girls who danced in the dance team would run up and play the keyboard on one of the songs, and I'd be playing the bass guitar, and then she'd run back and dance for while we were walking. It was like fucking insane.
She's a beast.
Yeah, she was, I guess. Yeah, somebody's married a real one right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's
seriously.
out there.
Yeah, she just thought of you.
Yeah.
As you told that story.
Yeah.
She's like, she just remembered that. That's great. Yeah, I never got to, so that's high school band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got that far. And by that
Do you
time.
think you could grab a saxophone right now and play it on that note?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
But only like 3 or 4 songs from rote memory. And I can play every note, like the chromatic scale. That's it.
That's a hell of a lot more than
I
expected.
remember the fingerings.
Earl says that he plays
Always remember the fingerings.
I think I remember all the fingerings.
That's what I'm saying. Finger positions.
Yes. What are you talking about?
That was getting, just sounded greasy. But
I
anyway.
don't even know what you're saying.
You were saying about Earl.
Yeah. He says he played trumpet in school band, and I bet he doesn't remember shit on it. That's my guess. That's what I'm saying, Earl.
I could. Yeah, we'd have to see. I wonder if he remembers the fingerings. I don't know. Sometimes the fingerings never leave you.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know about trumpets. But the real thing is the what is it? The embouchure?
Oh, he tried to say that last time.
Embouchure?
Whatever the
Embouchure.
fuck that is. Yeah, he says he doesn't know how to do that.
Your embouchure. So the mouth feel.
Okay.
Takes a lot of practice. You know. And I'm sure it's the same for a trumpet, although obviously the trumpet's a brass instrument. So I don't know much about brass and what your mouth has to do on the brass. You know, it's more of that lip vibration.
I gotcha.
So that's where the real skill, anyone can remember fingerings.
That's true. It's the whole lip.
I'm doing it right now. Look.
look, that'd be a whole song. Look.
I just played La Vie en Rose.
Yeah, no one knows, but I mean, I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did circular breathing the whole time. It was really impressive, like better than Kenny G.
We're all over the place, but this dude came to my school whenever I was a kid and did the circular breathing.
So cool.
It was cool. He was talking about Dizzy Gillespie or some shit like that. Was like a innovator in this. I think he said. That's what I remember. He probably doesn't even play fucking trumpet for all I know. Anyway, they showed the circular breathing, and it was fucking fascinating. You just held a note for so long. Like, I can't even imagine how you do that. I tried.
I think Kenny G has the world record. Is that right?
Oh yeah, I do follow Kenny G's world records. And,
yeah.
But I don't remember if that's the one.
Well, what about the guy? He's like, I think he's one of the Sopranos.
Okay.
I mean, he looks like Papa Soprano, but he's just been memified, and he's just playing that trumpet. There's a circular breathing the whole time. You know what I'm talking about?
No, but
bleep,
that's
bleep
fucking
that
cool.
out. Bleep that out. Will you bleep that?
No, yeah.
Edit that out.
I'll edit that out. Sure.
No, seriously. Just bleep out the noise, but keep it in because the people will know who I'm talking about. Okay. Tony Soprano on the trumpet, circular breathing. Just quick Google, boom.
Okay.
Where you been, man? Planet Saturn?
I don't know. Not being cool. Over here, not being cool.
No, it's out there. And I think, Kenny G, that was like back in the day of the Guinness World Records. That was a thing. He was on the Today Show.
Kenny G was all over the fucking place for a second.
Yeah.
He might still be famous. I'm not sure. I'm sure he's famous. He's out there doing something.
He was on stage at the Super Bowl playing with Bad Bunny.
Okay.
True story. I'm not even trying to be funny.
I saw that and I have no idea that he did that. That's crazy.
Well, apparently that was part of it. That they didn't even want to, they didn't have to show him. Like he's just like kind of inside of the frame. Honestly, he's just like on the side of the frame. There's like a saxophone bit. And there's so many famous people, they don't even have to be like.
They don't get paid for that either. Bad Bunny pays for his own performance, I believe.
What a racket.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I'm pretty sure, or I don't know if they do get paid, or they don't get paid enough to do a big performance. I think they do they are responsible for their performance because I think the Weeknd had to pay like $7 million for whatever the fuck he did during his half the halftime show that he did.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But anyway,
That's crazy. They just make so much money
that they can.
No, just like
Oh,
the NFL. You think
the NFL
you
does,
think the Super Bowl might be like part expense, but no. I bet they just make so much fucking money. Just tickets,
I might need to check on that. I'm
advertisements.
pretty damn sure I'm right. But
it's such a huge production, but they probably sell every damn part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what we're talking about. Anyway.
We were talking about Kenny G originally.
The Super Bowl performances, though. I forgot what I was accusing them of selling. Yeah.
Fuck these guys. No, we're jumping all over the place. We could go back to anything you want.
Circle back because I'm lost in the sauce, baby.
I would say, so if everybody doesn't know, Paul is and me are in a punk band, the Dead Spies, and I am waiting on our fucking final mix to be done on our 6-song EP that we're just about done with. I'm pretty excited about it.
Me
honestly.
too. Me too.
I'm still not burned out on the songs yet, so I hope this gets over soon, but I can't wait. Are we gonna let Brian master it too, or like did he do Diplocrat's album?
I don't remember actually.
It says he did.
No.
It says he did on that CD right there.
As far as mastering too?
Yeah.
Okay. Then there you go.
Okay.
I don't think that's a misprint or anything. Yeah. I don't know why I was going to say Carl Saff, just because
I use Carl Saff since I've been in the Bad Moonlander for sure,
and we have before. And
I don't know why I've been using him,
because everyone around here does.
Yeah,
I guess he's the dude.
I guess so,
seemingly. But yeah, maybe that one was just Preetz.
Yeah, maybe so. Well, I don't know. I can't wait to get it mastered. I can't wait to get it done, man. I don't know how we're going to do it or release it or whatever, but I can't wait to release it.
Yeah, me neither. What are you thinking there? Sounds like you want to release just the lot of them, like
I do,
an EP kind of thing.
Isn't it how you do it now? You release a song every 2 weeks or some shit like that.
Yeah, I've heard of that, like the waterfall tactic or technique or whatever. Yeah. But I don't know much about it. You release a single, and then next week you release another song, but on the backside of it is that last week's single. Dude, and you just keep doing that.
I was on a small label for a second, and what they wanted us to do was release a song a month, but have a video for that song, have like all sorts of social media that we're doing. Like I think we had to do like we had to have in our little bullshit contract, we had to like make a few posts. I can't remember if it was per day or per week, but we had an amount of posts that we were supposed to keep up with with social media and stuff like that. It was it's crazy the amount or the ideas of how you're supposed to break in, you know what I mean? Like break into the algorithm doing it this way and things like that, or being connected to, I remember at the time it was being connected to some sort of independent artist network that got you plays and got the whole label distribution. And then it also had a lot to do with like PR, campaigns that people were putting together and things like that.
Yeah, like what's topical probably, and say something about Guardians of the Galaxy in this pod, and
or just like how did that band get a fucking interview in goddamn Brooklyn Vegan or whatever the goddamn magazine would be. It'd be like, oh yeah, they paid for it. They got a PR firm and they got them press and they got things that I didn't know existed.
Right.
I thought you were just good and people wanted to write a article about your band, and then people wanted to review your album and stuff like that, and you didn't,
Right. And it wasn't all, or often pay to play kind of stuff
exactly.
With that,
at the time, I know a lot of people have gotten famous not putting up a dime. You know what I mean?
Right, of course.
But it seems like if you're trying to be famous, which a lot of people are, all around us right now, you know what I mean, in this building. But a lot of people are, going through the steps and following all these kind of rules and things like that. And it may or may not be fruitful. And we're going to try to do something on a light level like that, I guess. I don't even know if we have enough fans to excite by doing one every 2 weeks, but maybe we do. Hopefully.
That's true, but apparently it's all about the algorithms.
Yeah.
Anyway, good for the algorithms, you know?
Yeah.
And what's good for the algorithm is good for me, is what I always say.
You always say it. I listen to you too.
Yeah, be good to it.
What's been going on? Anything cool? You do
Well,
also.
hold on.
Well, okay, where are we at?
Hold on. Because I'm still stoned to the bone, obviously, but I left something on the table with that. We were talking about the recording.
The mastering. We talking about being excited. Should we release the songs every 2 weeks? Things like that.
Whatever. I lost it. It'll come back to me.
That's all right. Well, what I was saying is, like, have you been doing anything cool? You always do cool shit. You went to this last No Effects show. You went to the fucking fest last year. Have you done anything neat in the last 3 weeks that I haven't seen you?
I was at the cake show at the Sanger.
Right. What was that like?
It was awesome.
Was it?
That was on Tuesday?
Last week?
Was that last? Yeah, that was last week. Wow. A week ago.
Yeah, fucking. I should have wanted to go to that show so badly.
Well, I got a free ticket on the fly, like 2 days before. So, wasn't really expecting to go, but out of the blue, someone offered me a ticket, and it was an awesome show.
What did they open with? Or do you remember?
I walked in, and they were just wrapping up their first song.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what it was, but then it was, what is it? If I threw my guitar
out the window,
yeah. Exactly,
so far down. I don't know what that is right now. I know the song. I love that band.
And then I think they did like "Love You Madly,"
yeah,
really quickly, early on. It was awesome.
Should have fucking just came right out with the distance, so you wouldn't have anybody wanting to. You know what I mean?
No, that was the encore.
Was it?
Yeah.
I would have just fucking came out with it if I got it over with and
yeah.
played. But all my favorite songs by him are probably more mid-tempo songs, like what is it? "Friend is a Four-Letter Word."
Yeah,
I love
that's a good
that
one.
song.
Yeah.
I love fucking. Oh God. "You Turn the Screws" is fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There's so many good cake songs though. I almost love their entire catalog, but I don't love "Rock and Roll Lifestyle." I don't love.
What's the track? I don't know.
"Sheep Go to Heaven, Goats Go to Hell."
That's one of my favorites.
Is
that
it?
was a crowd favorite. For
Really?
Sure. Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm over here down in it, but that's not my favorite song.
Everyone likes different shit.
Yeah, I do like "Satan Is My Motor."
Me too. I like
Yeah,
that one.
I don't know why I like that one. It's just fucking sweet angle to take that.
You like Mexico?
That's one of the only songs I know how to play on acoustic guitar.
Yeah,
is Mexico. I love that riff.
Yeah,
the opening riff, and I love the fucking if you play the transcribe. Here we go. This is some cool shit for everybody who doesn't play guitar. But if you play the transcribed horn solo that's on "You Turn the Screws" on guitar, it's fucking awesome. That's like I bought a cake song book from a place,
Cool.
but only learned a couple songs out of it. I only learned a few things.
Cool.
The things I was at the time, you didn't. I bought it in the 90s, maybe not the 90s, early 2000s, but they didn't. You didn't look up the tabs as easily,
right?
So
I'd like to borrow that.
I've got it at home. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Anyway, show was awesome.
Show was so cool. Yeah, they put on a really good show.
What
Played all the hits, which I didn't know if they would. Knowing them.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know either. Only time I've ever been close to being able to see a show was that time, and they played at an Arizona State Fair whenever I was there, and I didn't go. That was 20 years ago. I don't know which would have been better, now or then.
I mean, we're getting old, dude. Like,
yeah.
At least I'm getting old because they were definitely a bunch of old dudes on stage. Not really, but just gray-haired and
bunch of cool instruments.
Totally.
Yeah. That's what I'd imagine.
What is that thing called that I should know? It's a percussion instrument that kind of rattles, and you just
vibraslap. Vibraslap. That's at the beginning. I know the song that's at the beginning of.
He never stopped fucking slapping the vibe.
Oh, never mind. There's a
lot of songs where it belongs. You're right, and they was there, but it was also in some other ones too. because he was hitting that thing like every song.
They played on a late night show, and they played you get the federal funding, whatever that federal funding song is or whatever. They played that,
federal funding.
And that was, they opened with the vibraslap thing. That was the first time I really saw somebody use it properly, because I'd always like look at it going, what the fuck do you do with this thing? Like,
Right.
doesn't seem like it does anything. You know what I mean? Like it looks like a cowbell at the end and a ball, but like you can't make the ball hit the cowbell. Like I didn't realize you had to slap the thing together and make it
cool.
rattle.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I remember the
You gotta
music.
spank it.
When I went to the music store, it just looked like a wooden cowbell and a ball, and it doesn't touch. It's like, can you fucking squeeze it together? It doesn't fucking work.
He just looked totally like special needs in there, just trying to bend the
probably.
instrument together. And,
My dad
lick it.
bought so much shit in this store, they were probably looking at me bend it. It's like, I'll fucking let him bend that goddamn thing. Fucking.
Yeah. Okay, fair. Yeah, no, I've never actually seen one, but he was playing the shit out of it.
We used one on early demos for Bad Moonlander on mess ups. Whenever we were clipping drum parts together, we would use the vibraslap, and it would cover up our bad edit. That was our little fucking... Yeah, whenever we'd put drum parts together in our old shit, I can't remember the program we were using in 2012, but it was, we would link the drum tracks together, and it would be a shitty edit right there, and we'd put the fucking vibraslap right there.
That's incredible.
It was usually on a 4.
That's incredible.
It was usually on a 4, so you could fake like it was a change.
Right.
Yeah, things like that.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Genius.
All our drummers sucked, so that was the way that worked. You know, it was fucking terrible. We were piecing something together.
And everyone's like, why so much vibraslap? Every song you
We
have.
love it. We love it.
Right. It's just his style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we do.
Yeah, it's got like a Western vibe, which I guess Cake has. Is that because I associate Cake with all their other instrumentation? I mean, they got the trumpet, the acoustic guitar often. That
Cake could play a kazoo, and it would seem like it worked in their band. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
but it's got that Southwest tumbleweed vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always like their guitar sound. Sounds like a little guitar amp. But,
yeah, and it's like kind of clean, maybe slightly overdriven, but really clean, you know? Yeah, and just riffage, riffage.
All your favorite riffs. Yeah, that probably would have been an awesome show. If it wouldn't have been during the week, me and Lizzie would have gone. But she didn't want to fucking wake up and go to work the next day. I still think it would. I mean, she could have gone to sleep in the car on the way home. I would have driven home.
Yeah, no, it's worth it.
Yeah,
it was worth it. I was tired too. Been tired, been grinding like crazy, but it was good. It was cool.
What's the day job now?
I'm doing corporate AV with Encore. So, like in the hotels downtown.
Nice.
Yeah, mainly in the Marriott.
Cool.
Yeah, so I had like Red Cross group in for the week, and then another group. Can't really think right now, but
what is it?
It's
conferences.
Exactly, corporate stuff. You know, building big 11x20 screens, putting some projectors on them.
Got you. Okay, so it's way more than just soundman.
Trusses, hanging lights, hanging speakers, but then getting behind the audio board usually, and working a few lav mics as people sit in chairs and they talk about how AI is affecting their industry. Doesn't matter who.
Doesn't matter the industry either.
That's every day is like how AI, blah, blah, blah. That's kind of what I'm up to right now.
What did you go to college for?
I went to college I was kind of a humanities nerd. So I had a history major.
Okay.
And a German and philosophy minor.
Okay.
German minor, philosophy minor.
Okay.
Right?
Does any of this transfer translate to
and then I went on to Germany. You know, I moved to Germany for a couple of years and got my master's over there in American studies.
Okay.
Strangely enough, which was history, poli-sci, law. But, you know.
What does any of that mean? Does that translate to a job either?
I think in academia, and that was kind of my plan then, was I wanted to be like a
teacher,
like a college administrator. No, I wanted to work in the academy.
Okay.
In academia, but I didn't necessarily want to be a professor. I know I didn't want to be a professor, actually. But so I thought I'd like work in the poli-sci department or the history department.
Okay.
Putting together colloquiums and just kind of, inviting some people over for a talk and arranging for, I don't know, right? Some new author to come speak to the students and whatever, right? Like, that's kind of what I thought, where I thought I was headed when I was doing that, like in Germany. In fact, at that time, I thought I was going to get a job with the academic programs abroad office at LSU. I have kind of a mentor over there, Dr. Later. Shout out to Dr. Later if he's listening. But he was kind of like a mentor who took me to Germany the first time I went with LSU, which was just like a summer, what do you call that? Like through LSU, whatever, like a international exchange kind of thing.
Exchange program of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. But he was saying that he had a job for me, and that was what I wanted to do, was send more kids over there, like more students,
Yeah, you wanted friends.
well, yeah, no, and I just was like so big on it.
Yeah.
Like I was like, man, that was such an awesome experience spending a couple years over there. But when I got back, there was all these budget cuts, and he was like, can't do it. Like I had lunch with him, and he's like, everything's frozen. And that was like in the news, that LSU and higher ed, and I forget why and what the details were, but that was like in the news. So yeah, I wasn't able to get that job, and then kind of floated with a few jobs like that, but I've always done music, and I've always kind of done AV in a way. I mean, even at LSU, like I got a job there as a facilities coordinator, but inherited all the media service coordinator or media services manager, like quit or got fired. And they just gave me all the AV in the student union, like all of it. And they had some high tech stuff, Yamaha CL5 digital stuff, like kind of cut my teeth on some awesome gear there.
Okay.
And now I am rambling stone because I forgot. I'm trying to weave it back. Where was I? Just explaining my life story now.
No. I wanted you to.
Was going to school.
No. You were going to school. You
thought I was going to do that kind of academic thing.
Well, you're running right into what I really wanted to know is how did you end up doing sound stuff whenever I know you went to college to LSU?
Right,
I didn't remember exactly why, but I was roundabout trying to get you to tell me a story and tell me how you got to doing sound work. And it sounds like you got experience at college and you were able to did you use that experience to get your first job in sound?
Big time. Yeah, like always in bands, DIY recording and stuff.
Right.
So knew how to like work a DAW and work like signal flow and that kind of thing. And then when I inherited all that stuff at LSU, like I said, this was like high-tech systems, just by chance because they had money.
Yeah.
And, used that to get another job for sure. You know what I mean? And like didn't realize, like, I knew how to EQ and pan some things, okay, channel 1, channel 2, EQ. But like this was like, Dante compatible, like, I don't know, it was like
much more high-tech.
Ethernet, AV over IP kind of thing, right? So,
a lot of learning on the fly.
Oh yeah. So that got me another job for sure. And then I went to the World War II Museum where I learned a lot about putting on corporate events, corporate shows, and really high end gear and like top of the line gear.
I was, because the reason I also wanted to know was I remember at some point whenever I was younger, people started going to Full Sail. And they were like, I want to record or I want to do live sound or something like that. And people were trying to find out how they were going to still be able to do music type career without being famous. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so.
Yeah, all my friends. Okay, so I should say that too. All my friends. And that's before Katrina. Katrina kind of is what landed me at LSU and in Baton Rouge and thinking about what am I going to do? Okay, maybe history. But before that, I was sure I was going to do audio engineering and Casey Webster, Willie. I shouldn't name drop, right, on this thing. But some friends of mine, I think, were in this program at Delgado, which I don't know if it was the best or maybe just the only one around. And I was like really interested in that, but took a year off and then ended up in Baton Rouge somehow.
Yeah. I never went to college. But I was always, because I was always confused, like, what am I going to actually go for? I don't want to teach. I don't want to, and I'd run down the things I didn't want to do. And then it was like, well, you don't want to go to college. So I just.
Well, let me tell you, you're a smart man. Well,
not exactly. That's because I didn't go to college.
Well, I mean, everyone's smart. Different. And, I'm not trying to say college is not smart, but I'm just saying you're thoughtful and you think of your future. I'm guilty of like never really thinking about that and kind of.
Just going with it,
throwing things at the wall, keeping what sticks, and also, kind of being sucked through by the momentum of my own life. So it's like just thinking I was supposed to go there, and then, okay, like my band, Katrina, like I said, the band broke up, whatever. So I ended up going to college, and then met a girl at college. That was really what it was. And met a girl in Baton Rouge, so moved up there, and was like, yeah, maybe I'll just go to. I guess I'm supposed to just go to college. That's what my roommates are doing. They're going to BRCC or whatever. So I enrolled.
Yeah.
And kind of just floated through. So I found I never really thought about my future. So good on you. Because I think I would have been like, what am I doing? What happened to audio engineering? Like, I feel like 10 years after Katrina, I ended up back playing in similar bands, doing sound, and was like, oh yeah, weird. I got thrown off track. Katrina really threw me off track for like 10 years, and probably a lot of other people.
Yeah, like just
not in a bad way. A lot of cool shit happened there.
A lot of cool shit happened. I remember whenever I moved back from Phoenix, I was going to live there for the rest of my life. If it weren't for Katrina, I wouldn't have moved back from Phoenix. I couldn't get in touch with my parents for 4 fucking days. And
no way.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
And when I did finally get in touch with the two, my mom was like, well, hello, TJ. You haven't called us at all. I was like, I've been trying to call all fucking day. Blah. I was so pissed.
So where were they?
They were in Laranger, and like they had been, like their power was out for a goddamn month.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I remember,
so,
yeah.
Like they're like the rural towns, their power was out for fucking ever.
Yeah.
And they had trees everywhere. They really went through it, but in a different way. It wasn't so much flooding and stuff like that. It was definitely more forest kind of problems.
Yeah, I was in Franklinton when for Katrina myself, actually, for that weekend, or for like a week or something. But yeah, it was kind of that problem there.
Yeah.
Until I could bum a ride back, and then just chaos. But yeah, there were so many trees. Like they didn't have. You're right, power, and the whole community comes out with their chainsaws. But it's like going to take weeks just to get that. Yeah.
Well,
that's insane.
My dad and his friend, they went around with chainsaws too, and they were really, I mean, I think a lot of the public gets charged up by a tragedy like that. Community comes together.
Big time.
Like my wife was telling me, like, it was like they were a real community at the time, and then like a couple weeks go by, and then everybody goes back in their house, and nobody's really hanging out anymore, and it's over. But it's crazy. Yeah.
But I know it's true.
Well, I got blindsided because I came back and I thought it was going to be like that forever. Like, I came back to Covington. People were working on movies. Movies were being shot in town. Like the people that I knew were still going to bars and shit like that were fucking jazzed about going to bars. Like everything was fun and cool. Like a lot of the local places were staying open way later than they were supposed to. Still after, a few months after Katrina was over. Because I came back in February after Katrina. I came back in February like 2006. And I started working at the frame shop that I bought 2 days after I got here.
No way. Huh?
Yeah, and that's kind of been my trajectory, is like not wanting to make a move that's going to lock me into something I wasn't sure I was going to do, and then locking myself into something inadvertently anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So 2 days later?
2 days later, I walked into the place. Walked into the place and asked for a job the day after I got here. And then they told me to come back in a day or two. And then I was working like I just got out of the car, basically, you know. Didn't even have anything. I was living at my parents' house. And then got an apartment.
What did you know about framing before that?
Oh, I'd been doing it for 10 years at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
2000. Yeah, not 10 years. I've been doing it for 7 years at that point. And then, yeah, it's been since I was 19. Just started doing that thinking I'd be a rock star eventually. So this picture framing thing's just some easy thing to do for a while and can't be that hard. It's been like the fucking thing that gives me the most stress in my life is fucking framing pictures. I swear, playing guitar is amazing. Like
I bet.
You know what I mean? Like, but it's just like trying to make a fucking football jersey look even on
I was just going to say that, like a
but
basketball jersey.
You wouldn't believe
something.
how much fucking aggravation that gives me. And nobody can relate except another fucking picture framer. And there's not many of those.
Yeah.
But,
you got to pin it up in there some kind of way.
It's such a bitch. I do it so fucking ridiculous now. After doing this stuff for, like, I've been framing now for almost 27 years. And
damn.
Yeah. So
that's incredible, dude.
I guess.
That's incredible.
I've had 4 jobs.
Be doing anything that long.
Yeah, I've had like 4 fucking jobs during that time. But yeah, that's why it's weird that was the career that like really saved me, to be honest with you, because the first job I was at let me be late so many fucking times. If I'm honest, you know what I mean? Like, I should have got fired for every frame shop I ever worked at.
Right.
Which was only 4, but I should have got fired from all of them. Because at the time, I was drinking like a fucking madman.
Right.
And I was coming in hungover as shit. I'm sure I smelled like whiskey all the time and stuff like that. In a place that's supposed to be, you know, like somewhat artsy.
A little
and
classy,
nice.
right?
Yeah, a little bit classier. And so, you know, if it weren't for those bosses that let me get away with that and not fucking firing me, you know, like that actually is the thing that kept me going, which is funny to say, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Anyway, well, dude, we've been doing about 53 minutes. You want to wrap it up, or did you have something you wanted to say before we went?
No, I wish I did, man. I'm just
chilling. That's what we do here, man. We just make fucking content. Somebody can fucking work and listen to our bullshit or not.
Yeah, no, I know how it is. I know how it is, right? Like, I listen to a lot of content that's similar. I'm not being self-deprecating here, but just low energy at this point. So yeah, I'm with you.
It's no problem. Anyway, man, this fucking podcast was great, and fuck everybody who didn't like it. And there it is.
Damn, aggressive stance,
and,
but I like it.
You like it? It's the way to go, really. Yeah,
ballsy.
Fuck this podcast. Anyway, you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you.
Thanks for having me.